Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz, this is my channel Toiletterian. I try to bring to your attention fragrances that are usually very good value for money. They smell good. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're good to you. So today I have another unboxing and update video for you, and today's update is for this strange name fragrance which called is one of those names, Dirk Bikkembergs. Apparently this is a Belgium designer brand. They were quite well known in between youngsters about 10-15 years ago, and they are mainly quite popular in Europe. So that's why in UK I wasn't aware of them that much. Anyway, I haven't heard of them before. So this designer fragrance is, I think, the only fragrance for men they have in their lineup, and it's called Bikkembergs, Dirk Bikkembergs, and it's edited to 100 ml, and you can find it online for under £20 easy. For what it does, is quite nice fragrance. It's been done before many times. It reminds me a little bit of Eternity Men for the original, the green juice. Not 100% copy of that, but it reminds me of that one. So it is quite fresh, green, a little bit of sweetness in there, easygoing, nothing complex. It's quite a simple fragrance, but for what it does, it's quite nice. It lasts around 5 to 6 hours on the skin. If you put it on t-shirt, it goes a little bit longer. It's one of those juices that is quite effervescent, it's quite airy, so you might get blind nose to it quickly. The projection and the sillage is on the moderate side. It's not a huge projector, but it's okay. If you put it on t-shirt, when you move around, people can smell you, but they have to come close to you to smell you, so it's not a big projector. But for the first hour, it's quite nice projector. You an arm length easily, it will project for first hour, and slowly after that it becomes quite close to the skin. So okay projector, okay longevity, around 5 to 6 hours. And in terms of smell, okay, is nice. Again, it's done many times before. Is quite generic. It's quite crowd pleaser. Is actually, it's very good if you're on the budget, and also if you're a youngster. This kind of smell is one of those smells that attracts young noses. So it's little about sweetness, little about green, little bit woody, little bit of tonka bean in the dry down to make it a little bit interesting. But overall, is again nothing exciting for somebody who's got a big collection like me. But for people who don't have that many perfumes in their lineup, if they go for something like this, they're probably going to enjoy it. Again, for the money, under £20 is not bad. There are many fragrances out there that are in the same genre, same category. Let's say Mont Blanc Legend, let's say Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, let's say. You get the idea. So it's in the ballpark of those fragrances. Crowd pleasing, quite generic, done many times before, but the DNA is such a nice DNA that many people will like it, especially if they're not into collecting fragrances. If you are a collector like me, this one, it'll be like meh. But if you're not, and you're looking for something like a daily driver or a signature scent, or something that is easy to just put on and go outside and go to work, go to casual. This is quite casual actually. It's very good for work environment because it's not offensive, it's quite pleasant, it's nice. It's not very loud, it's not into your face, it is quite safe. Okay, so if you like this kind of fragrance, obviously it's up your alley. For me, who got hundreds of fragrances, this one is meh, is okay. All right. Would I recommend it? If you like this kind of fragrances, yes, it's quite attractive, quite pretty for such a low price, and also doesn't smell to my nose very chemical, very synthetic. It smells quite nice, quite natural, which is for this price is you know, quite nice, quite good. Okay guys, let's go to the today's unboxing and first impression, and this is a very classic. Many of you, if you are in my age, around 40 to 50, you will remember this fragrance very well. This was quite a famous fragrance in the 80s and 90s, and this is Adidas Active Bodies. Adidas Active Bodies Eau de Toilette. This one was discontinued for a few years. Some people who had the old bottles were selling it for ridiculous prices, and then about 5-6 years ago, the company which owns Coty brought it back. Probably they bought the licensing for it, and since then it's quite available online. If you go online and do your research, is readily available, and for a very, very good price. Again, for under £20. This is a 100 ml bottle and is Eau de Toilette, and as you can see, a simple Adidas bottle, and the cap is a plastic and it's very old-fashioned. The atomizer, again, very old-fashioned atomizer, but the main thing, the important thing, is the juice inside. Let's see if the juice is still any good, because the original one, the 90s and the late 80s and early 90s one, was quite fantastic fragrance for what you paid at the time. So let's see how it goes. Let's go. So very, very good atomizer, perfect atomizer. You push out so much juice. Okay, so how is the smell for Adidas Active Body? This one I bought a few months ago, so this is a newer version of it. Here you go, let's go. The first sniff. Whoa, soapy. So it's very soapy, it's quite aldehydic, woody, floral, citrusy, but it's one of those fragrances, the second you smell it, you take you back many years ago. Okay, it takes you back to the 80s and 90s because of that classic, classy, classic feel to it. So to me, this is timeless because the smell is up my alley. I love this kind of fragrance. It's quite spicy, it's quite green, it's quite floral, it's soapy, and it's aldehydic, and it's very uplifting. It's a little bit of amber inside it as well. But for the first sniff, for the first impression, this is very, very good. The first thing you will hit you is the soapiness of it. So it's very, very soapy. So if you like soapy fragrances, this is amazing. If you don't, then it's a no-no for you. But for me, this is very, very good. Again, it takes me back to the 80s and 90s because of the smell profile. It's very, very reminiscent of that time. It's masculine, soapy, it's quite spicy, it's floral, it's woody, and also beautiful. It's very uplifting. But it's not a simple fragrance, it's quite a complex fragrance. You can smell layers in this. But for the first sniff, for the first impression, for the first time, it's very, very pretty. People who know this fragrance, they know what they're getting anyway. But if you don't know it, the masculine, soapy, green floral, woody fragrance. This is the bulk part of it. Would I recommend it? Definitely. I have to wait and see the longevity and the development, things like that. But so for the first sniff, for a first impression, is absolutely gorgeous. I love it to bits, especially because it reminds me of those era, my teenagehood basically. And this is amazing for warmer weather, for gym, for work. Very, very good. The only thing is, at the moment it's quite strong, so you have to control the trigger because it looks like it's going to be very strong fragrance. Yeah, right now it's super strong. It reminds me a little bit of Alfred Song, the Pour Homme, if I'm not mistaken, the purple juice. It reminds me of that one a little bit, especially the beginning, the opening is very, very similar to it. So it's in that ballpark, okay? It's soapy, masculine, spicy, floral, woody fragrance, which is fantastic for warmer weather and also for casual wearing. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining me. If you find this video useful, informative, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell button for future videos, share this video with others. This way you help me to expand my channel. If you know any of this, if you know any similar fragrance to these and you recommend it to other people, comment in the comment. That would be useful for other people to read. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.